What's up? Welcome to WTH Comics. What the hell comics? I'm Kerblansky. This is Lemmy the Killmicer, who just happens to decide to pop in the show today. You're gonna get some comic book reviews of comics that might be related to those fornicators, those sinners, those murderers, the hell spawns, those characters that you might find down below. It's just going to cost you an itty bitty teensy weensy piece of your soul to enter the dark world of comics. But today, we got a fun variety of things, starting out with Ember and the Lookers comics. The girls are back, and this time they brought Ember to turn up the heat. Our two most fan requested titles return, now in one super smoking series. As the Lookers, Tanya and Michelle, decide to turn their tail troll busting hobby into a business, they land one heck of a client, the supermodel turned superhero Ember. From webcam girls to super spies, this will be a crazy ride. From writer Pat Shand and artist Gabriel Adrade. But this ongoing series gets better. Each issue has an Ember solo story as well, written and drawn by Christian Zanier. Not every issue. I got issues 0 through 11, which is a complete run. And some of them did not have the solo story in the back, it just had extra artwork. But our Ember character gets in a plane crash, gets some type of specialty fuel that gets all over her body, starts her on fire, and she gets kind of the ability, kind of like Johnny Storm. He has the fire ability, and this character that she's battling with in the beginning also happened to be in the plane crash, and she got super strength type powers from the crash. But this is beautifully drawn, wonderful artwork, but lots of the issues kind of porno-ish. Well, more than kind of. There's a lot of stuff I can't show you in these. But yeah, there's just they'll sit there and tell the story, then they'll have the story of the girls working on their their troll busting business of trying to catch married fornicators in the act, getting them in trouble that way. And then they also cross over into some dealings with, here you can see her using her flame powers. It's like she can envelop the flame around her body, she can use it just outside her body. There's just all kinds of abilities she has with it. And it's fun seeing her use her powers the way she does. There's a better picture of our hulking beast girl. But, and our two sisters that are the troll busters. And their stories, they're private eye, uh, private eye superhero special investigator type organization, gets them into drug runners, sexual traffickers, Oh, really? Is that rough? They even get into snuff films, cults, all kinds of things they come across throughout this series. But yeah, I picked it up. I had a great deal on a set of number 0 to 11, which was a complete run. I love how you get the main story where they're trying to deal with those types of issues, their private eye, their uh, secret agent work, and getting them in trouble with certain people. And there's a video that got out that they are hunting down before someone posts it and gets things too out of hand. And it just, you get that nice first story, you get the follow-up story that takes us more into the Ember storyline, and then, like they say, you got the back issues that they're introducing us to throughout here, which I would love to get deeper into those someday and find out more about them, because they were a ton of fun. Each one had its own little private eye story type thing going on, and they all kind of link into all the main story. So it's not like you're being thrown out of whack and don't know what's going on when you read one or the other. But I really like those. That was Looker's Ember. It's Christian Zanier, Pat John, Gabriel Adrade, Looker's Ember Red Hot. That's issue 0 to 11. Complete run. Tons of fun, and then you get extra stuff from the past to get to know more about the girls and what they dealt with. But yeah, these were definitely, it was a great deal. It was a package deal through my pre-order catalog. So I'm sure you can find a good deal out there somewhere, but yeah, I got a great deal on it. So check that out. Next up, got a lot of nudity today. Every cover I look at has nudity in it or something to do with it. But this is Fungirl Vulva Viking. Fungirl is turning her life around. She's got a new job slinging corn dogs and snagged the date with a handsome influencer. But when things get steamy, her pelvic pumps prove a little too powerful. Is Fungirl truly a murderous muff monster? Or could her newfound strength save the day? This was hilarious. This poor girl gets a date and she just gets too into it. And our character just so happens to overdo it and injures the boy that she's with. But I'm going to leave it up to you to find out how and why and what happened. But the artwork is interesting. The storyline was fun. Had me cracked up a few times throughout it. But this is done by, kind of hard to do stuff with a cat on you, especially when you're sleeping in weird positions. We got published by Silver Sprocket, colorist Anouk Fenech, pattern assistant Jerry Fleury. Doesn't even say who wrote it. Huh. Looks like Tori Bowler, maybe? Yeah, they didn't label that well. But yeah, that was very interesting. Check it out by Silver Sprocket. Fungirl Vulva Viking. It's a nice little book. Those are always enjoyable. He's suffering, stretching back. He's got it made. All right. Next up, we got I Hate Fairyland. Or if you get the covers I pick up, fuck Fairyland. And again, nudity cover. This run is a ton of fun if you've never checked it out. You got character Dirt trying to get through the world of Fairyland. She's stuck dealing with another run here where she's coaxed into doing someone's bidding and helping eliminate things in Fairyland in order to get something that she needs. But yeah, this issue, she's pretty much nude throughout the whole issue. But yeah, she hooks up with a certain boyfriend in here that ends up being something completely different later on. But these are wonderful books if you haven't checked them out. It's the Image Comics, created and written by Scotty Young, drawn by Brett Bean, coloring by Jean-Francois Ballou, lettering, logo, and series design by Nate Kikos, editing by Joel Enos. Story so far. Kurt has the job to do. And because I have 2 kids with endless stomachs, I need this comic to continue to be published and make me money until they get the fluff out of my house. Which means Gert's just as bad at this job as she is at everything else. When her attempt to cheat her way to the end by summoning one of those skip the whole mission birds that are all the rage in popular fantasy series fails, Gert finds herself in possession of a Getlin. And after not knowing a few pesky rules, that Getlin turns into a Gertlin. It's not at all a take on the Grem hold on. I have a call. I'm back. That was my lawyer. She advised me that I end this recap and instruct you to proceed with the reading of this issue. Yeah, these are a ton of fun. You're going to see more about them in a second. But first, I got a couple more of my specialty Spawn covers that I've been waiting for. We were able to get the 8 Billion Genies one, which I was super happy about. I was really hoping this was not going to get canceled like some of them. But yeah, 8 Billion Genies, a wonderful run. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. It's an 8-issue series. It's going to be going further, thankfully. We're going to get more down the road. But you gotta check it out to find out. And then the other one that I got was Dark Ride, issue 3. Spawn in the background. Probably the best thing about the whole series was this cover. The series is a little slow. A bunch of little demons running an amusement park. Yeah, been there, done that. But yeah, having the Spawn cover, that makes it all the better. Alright, next up, one of our favorite bands down under. We got GWAR Orgasmageddon trade paperback. GWAR are not comic book superheroes. They are ancient. They are immortal. They are the forces of chaos, war, and entropy incarnate. I haven't been this, or no, that's a. I don't want to give other people's reviews. But from the depths of outer space to the frozen wastelands of Antarctica, punk rock and heavy metal's most shocking and blasphemous band of intergalactic blood-spewing alien monsters has returned to kill everything and respect nothing in the pages of GWAR Orgasmageddon. Banished to the past by the cold and calculating Mr. Perfect, the heroes of GWAR trample through time like a deranged Bill and Ted on bath salts. Antics ensue as they stomp and smash and shape human history to what we accept as our current reality. This collection contains the complete 4-issue Orgasmageddon series, including all the bonus stories, fan art, and all new introduction and more. Now, there was a trade that apparently came out before this, which I have ordered, but for some reason this one came first, which is kind of a bummer. But it's all right. I'll read the other one and then I'll understand a little more what's going on. But artistically, well done. Fun introduction to all these different characters. But the problem is all these different characters. And it gets confusing at times with how many different characters they have going on and all the different storylines and their big dick rocket ship that they're flying around in, penis ship. It's just goofy as hell as they're traveling through time and space and dealing with things along the way, trying to figure things out. And while they're doing it, they come across duplicates of themselves from other time zones. It can be a mess at moments, but yeah, we get to see them trash all kinds of things. You get to see them hang out with Jimi Hendrix, Woodstock, and all that, traveling through time. It's just, it was fun, interesting. It was what I expected from the GWAR gang. Just a little too many introductions into different characters that just got me a little too confused on who was what at some moments. But I do need to read the one before this so I can get a little caught up on all that stuff and understand where it was all going. All right, let's go back to Fairyland. I got the I Hate Fairyland Trade Volume 1. This is Madly Ever After. Once upon a time in Fairyland, there was a girl who hated the place and did messed up stuff like this. Pretty gross, right? Or she blew the brains out of the moon. I Hate Fairyland, a new comic from New York Times best-selling Eisner Award-winning cartoonist Scotty Young. From Wizard of Oz, Rocket Raccoon, Fortunately, The Milk is a fairy tale like adventure that smashes its cute little face against hilariously violent comedy that's definitely not a bedtime story for the kiddies. Unless your parents are super cool and don't screen your entertainment, then whatever. Join Gert, a growing up in a 6-year-old girl's body who has been stuck in the magical world of fairyland for nearly 30 years on a maddening quest to return home. It's just her, a fly named Larry, and a battle axe against slug lords, mushroom men, zombie fawns, barbarians, her nemesis, Queen Claudia, and even more insanity. This is a blast. just seeing her try to struggle with the nightmarish thing of being sucked out of your bedroom into a fairyland full of weird, strange creatures, and of course the weirder ones that are hitting on her. And then she's there for over 30 years, so now she's a 30-some-year-old gal stuck in a little girl's body. So she's not too happy about that. She wants to go home. She wants to get back to where she came from. And they're just picking her around by telling her, you gotta get the key, you gotta get the door, you gotta go through all of Fairyland, collect all this stuff, and she just keeps fighting through it. And we have volume 2, which is Fluff My Life. Let's see. Gert's still stuck in Fairyland and trying to get the Fluff back home, but her quest hits a bit of a roadblock when she winds up being crowned queen. Join Gert as she rules the world she hates. Meets a new friend named Duncan Dragon, gets her face smashed in by a beautiful princess, and makes a choice that may very well lead to the last days of Fairyland. Yet she's still struggling away. The evil queen, well, supposed to be good Queen Claudia, decides to bring in someone else to mess with Gert, and Gert has to deal with that along the way, along with a bunch of other things. And of course, lots of characters are going to get destroyed, and lots of mayhem's going to happen all the way along the way. Then we got Volume 3, Good Girl. Get the fluff out of Fairyland. Ignoring the lessons of her future battle self, Gert geeks out, gets geeked on, gets got, and goes good while she explores the convention world. Makes rash generalizations about other cultures, and deftly navigates the consequences of her own actions. Her trusty, if not mouthy, questioning guide Larry pulls an It's a Wonderful Life and realizes he actually might like and miss Gert as her last-ditch effort to get out of Fairyland once and for all doesn't go exactly as planned. Still struggling away to find a way out of there, and more things happen that cause her to do more little events for other people, while at the same time we get a little happy Gert for a little while. It's just, but is happy Gert a good Gert, or is all Gerts bad Gerts, evil Gerts that are going to take down all of Fairyland? You're going to have to read the series to find out, but if Scotty Young's talking the way he is, this series could go on forever until those kids get the heck out of the house and get their asses off to college, and then you still got to support them until they become adults beyond that. So, which is fine with me. They can write this for as long as he wants. The final one is Sadly Never After, Volume 4. What should be a time of rest and reflection for our recently departed darling and for all of Fairyland is anything but, as Gert navigates a fairy tale netherworld with a capital H. Fairyland's baddies brood and brew to revitalize a rotten ruler. Can Fairyland hope to survive the coming storm when the only people trying to save it are the mastermind tag team of Larry and Duncan Dragon? Are the fates of Gertrude and the land she loves to hate more intertwined than anyone expected? In this issue, we get someone from our past that has become evil messing with Gert, and Gert using what powers she can, just kind of drag up that she's been smart enough to kind of look into some things and learn a few things for once instead of just going willy-nilly at everything and causing more and more problems. Because in reality, if she would have followed the rules in the beginning, she would have probably found the key within a couple days and found her way out of Fairyland. But instead, she just went by Gert's way and got herself stuck in Fairyland for many years. And we get to see what happens as the rulers change, and she keeps coming across other massive menaces that she has to deal with and puzzles she has to try and solve. And it's just so much fun. So check this series out. I Hate Fairyland. Or if you're getting the new runs, you can get Fuck Fairyland. But either way, I suggest definitely checking it out. And that's it for our first episode of WTH Comics. What the Hell Comics? I've been Kerblansky. This has been Lemmy Killmicer. He hasn't been much of anything but a heavyweight, book holder, and arm holder. Well, I've been the armrest. He's been the sleeping demon. Although they do look cute when they're asleep. Then they wake up, and then all hell breaks loose. That's it for today, so keep following Under the Color of MS wherever you can find it. All kinds of great things out there. Check out Crimson Color Comic Club, Under the Color, AB Conversation, and we will get back to you again soon. Bye.